the governors were moving into APC, everybody was thinking APC is becoming formidable, and we were predicting there's going to be implosion, probably just close to election. But it appears it is happening too early. You know, if you take a look back, just yesterday, Ismail Abu, former, grassroots mobilizer, former member of APC Presidential Campaign Council, shifted his direction and turned away from APC, joining a coalition, to support Atiku's vision towards coalition. Whether it's directly for Atiku or supporting what Atiku supports, they are citing that this government is not performing at all. That all the successes recorded by previous PDP government has been eroded, especially in the last 2 years. Philip, do you think this implosion, people should be running to APC? Just last week, one of the senior special assistants to Mr. President on public affairs, Dr. Aliu, resigned against expectation. And these things are beginning to peak. When we have not even done primaries, isn't this too early?
Well, what do you expect? You see, I wouldn't say there's implosion yet. In politics, there's alignment and realignment. People are moving to APC. People are moving out of APC.
People like Arufai left APC.
Yes, and Aliyu left, and this support group
led by Ismail Abu.
They've moved. Also remember that the entire Delta State PDP structure and government moving to APC, same is, except in Akwa Ibom that we have dissenting voice in the government. The commissioner said, we can't move with you, and they resigned. But what has happened goes to show, what RFI also said, that it will be near impossible for Tinubu to win election in 2027, going by what is on ground today. That anybody who is thinking that Tinubu will win election, the person is not living in Nigeria. But having said that, you see, Nigerian politician likes circumstances, and I'm surprised that the person of Ahmed Tinubu, who is so vast in politics, can be so deceived by the circumstance that all is well. Because I also read somewhere this morning that the APC has threatened its stronghold in the National Assembly, having 68 senators and I think 200 and something House of Rep member. You can see that a lot of movement within the elite and the political class, but it's not the same with the grassroots. Also remember some time ago, somebody, I can't remember who said, Susan of former governor of Benue State, and one of that person, yes, said the governors are decamping, but the masses are not decamping. So that is what is playing out. But again, I want to look at it is normal in politics. Maybe these people who are living APC, if you look at it, there are few, and maybe their interest is no longer taken care of, but you won't say that of...
But they have followers.
Dr. Aliyu, who is an SSA, and nothing has happened, and...
he's not hungry.
He's not hungry.
So you can't paint him that
exactly.
He wasn't treated
I think the last interaction we had with him
was...
spoke so much in support of this government.
Yes, we were almost fighting on set.
Yes, so the thing is alignment and realignment. Let's look at it. Look at it from that perspective.
Okay, Peter, looking at if this performance level remains the same, which we pray it doesn't, we pray that things change quickly so that Nigerians can benefit. At least 2 years is a long time. If it's taking us 2 years to make this judgment, it could take us 2 years to render a different judgment. If the performance level didn't change for any reason, worst case scenario, and this little realignment continues in that manner, both from those who are serving, like we've seen with Dr. Liu, and those who are not really serving, and coupled with the news, the statement Onanuga made, being accredited on Onanuga, that they will announce the running mate of the president after the primaries. Now, I don't know the primaries is referring to, because APC national chairman, APC caucus, APC National Assembly, all of them have endorsed Asiwaju. So I said maybe just official recognition. Yeah. And if they endorse Asiwaju as the president, they could also probably endorse the running mate. And when they officially unveil Asiwaju, they will also officially unveil the running mate. I don't know why it's of a different treatment. When you put all these things together, Could El-Rufai be prophesying correctly that to re-elect Tinubu is just about impossible?
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is my immediate edition here.
Okay, this is your first time on Beer Parlor discussion.
I hope you have enough beer for coming.
No, I'll still take from the cup. But truth be told here, it will be a hard sell to say this current government. And most times you say he doesn't have 2 years. He doesn't. He has barely 1 year before electional progress.
This is June.
Yes, now.
I mean,
by
a year and 11.
by
Yeah, I understand.
this year,
because elections usually come around
into
February.
Election. Campaign, amending defense, trying to get people happy, discourage people, calling for meeting. They'll focus about governance. You better have 1 year for governance. And I don't see any miracle happen. Because now, miracle just doesn't happen. We've not seen the progress. We've not seen the lead pattern that will lead us to that promised land. He is not visible. He's not there. We're not seeing it. And you don't need a suicide to tell you that this will happen. I am not surprised that it started happening because they started the politicking early.
They started too early, really.
So this happening is not a surprise to me. And most of the time, when I ask these questions, I don't ask this because I want to belittle our current government. What is the question? Why are people moving? I want to answer that question, all right. Are they moving because this government has achieved what he set out to achieve? Are we better off than where we were last 2 years? Are we more secure now than we were last 2 years? Are Nigerians is Nigeria more prosperous than we were last 2 years? These are questions we need to answer. And in affirmative is no. So what is the attraction here? Why are people moving? It simply means self-preservation. And as Ariwa said, this state capture that they are saying, it is obvious, it's happening. People are moving because they are afraid of what will happen. I only keep giving example of my state governor, Aristotle. Aristotle on his own could win election any day because of what he has done.
But unless he's still a Labour member, he has not moved.
But listen, that was this interview, I keep referring to an interview. It was starting with Ojiso Kalu. Ojiso Kalu said that he is happy that Alex is working for Tinubu and Tinubu is happy with him. Meaning that you are in Labour, you have a Labour person that wants to run for presidency, and they are saying that you are working for Tinubu. You did not counter it. There has not been any statement thereafter to refute it. Meaning nobody is out there to fight this government, to challenge it. And again, where there is no dissenting point, where there is no alternative in the meeting, that's a problem. Monopoly keys. If he monopolize
but even the monopoly now, we are not seeing, because if you look at the APC on their own, have crises that are coming up. The other day was fight in the northeast, that was in Gombe, when still about this VP not being announced. You know, so even the monopoly we are talking about is almost not there, because internally APC are beginning to have issues in one way or the other. Even the visits that the president made to Benue State and the one he made to Kaduna. There was some report that that of Kaduna, I don't know whether it was doctor video or not, but I too saw people that were bringing down, the masses bringing down the signpost where president's poster was pasted on. So by the time you begin to see these coalition voices, no matter who is heading it, and people like Ismail Abu, you know, leaving APC Presidential Campaign Council and joining coalition, you might say, oh, they are angry because they don't have a position in the government. But if their voice syncs with the voice of the masses, how? Now, we've seen that even the coalition are requesting that there should be a change to the law such that Tinubu will not be the one to appoint their next chairman. If all these things come together, how is the scale of Asiwaju's re-election?
You see, you see, when you see, the support group led by Abu of the APC, who worked tirelessly to ensure that he will become president, and you see the like of Nasir El-Rufai, who went against all odds to ensure that the Naira wasn't changed so that Tinubu can have money to run his election. Turning around within 2 years of the government because of his poor performance and policy, that to say, look, this is no-go area. This is not what we want for this country. And mind you, these people are founding members of the APC.
Yes.
They had a goal when they were forming APC, what they intend to achieve for the country.
Even the Dr. Liu himself,
Yes.
he worked tirelessly for Buhari.
And they are saying
Worked
that
for-
this present APC had deviated from the original dreams of the APC. You see, what is playing out is not all is not well with APC, but they are just living in pretense within themselves. You know, the case of the Gombe came to mind. And you see Aliu Dume, who has been in the National Assembly for over 2 decades.
He was an House of Rep.
As old as the National Assembly is concerned, this Fourth Republic has been there. He has spoken, you know, vocally against the policy of this government, and is a founding member of the APC. That tells you all is not well with the APC. Forget those who are the camping. And that's why I asked the question, what is the attraction for an opposition governor to leave his comfort home to go to APC?
With his immunity.
Yes, to go to APC. For instance, in Delta State, the news reaching me is that, look, the government, the people of Delta State, that the government, those who claim they have left PDP to APC, they are hanging. Because you are going to somebody's house as a tenant. You are asking the owner of the house to
vacate the
and
house,
you are not the owner of the house.
And the
man
leader.
said you have to kill me
people
first.
that you fought to vehemently
Exactly.
just 2 years ago.
So you see, it shows clearly that the APC is in more in
All right,
disarray.
Peter, just
Before we go to Peter, I remember, you know, Usman and then, you know, the parliament chairman of Labour said, Tinubu, you said it is your pleasure to see the opposition in disarray.
Yeah.
But today, after the Gombe incident, he said today, who is more in disarray? He said the law of karma had caught up with you. So we don't have to wait for their primary before you see the implosion.
Yeah.
APC is already in disarray, as we can see, especially in the northern part of this country.
All right, Peter, just one word before we...
Yeah, Akim Baba may say something. He said, this is a generation they have served. It's time to leave the stage for the younger ones.